Hi everyone, this is Heather.
Hey, this is Sean. This is Krusty Customs Garage, and today, if you can't tell, there we go. We're gonna put the fuel tank, some of the fuel lines, and the fuel filler neck in Ruby. So stick around. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back after that cinematic perfection intro. Thank you, Heather.
Welcome.
Today, like I said, we're going to be putting this fuel tank, this fuel tank.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Like I said in many videos, it's hard to get good help, especially ones you don't pay. So We're going to put the new tank, we're going to put a new inline filter under the hood. We're going to put new return line and supply line in. So if you're doing this, or if you need to put new fuel lines in, you can go back down there. They don't want to see none of this.
That's true.
So that's rude. 1/4-inch fuel line. I don't know if you can read that or not, but 1/4-inch fuel line for the supply line. And let's see. Yep, there it is. 3/16 for the return line. So 1/4-inch for the supply line from the tank to the carburetor, tank to the fuel pump. And then the return line from the fuel pump is going to be 3/16. I would explain fractions to my wife as we're recording this. She's fraction deficient. But we're not going to get into that.
Not if you want to stay married.
So anyway, we're going to put the new tank. We're going to hang the new tank. We're going to run some new fuel lines. We're also going to install this new filler neck to connects between the fuel tank and the filler neck of the car. Had a little bit of fun getting this. Got it at Summit Racing, and I can put the part number in the description with a link. I got this one at Summit. It was 17 bucks or something. Do you remember? Something like that?
Something like that.
17 bucks, 20 bucks. Yeah, so I just basically said, give me 10 feet of 1/4 and 10 feet of 3/16, because I really didn't know what I was getting into here for length. But what I did find out is that there's some metal line that connects from the front to the back of the car, so it's not all rubber. Probably could have got away with maybe 3 feet of each at $2 a foot. It gets a little expensive, so I could have spent $12 instead of $40. Yeah. Also, stuff blowing around in here. The fuel filter I got at AutoZone. This filter was like $4. You can get filters just like this on Amazon or wherever else, and you can get like 8 of them for 10 bucks. So yeah, keep that in mind. Basically the same kind of filter you use on a lawnmower. Pretty funny. But anyway, we're gonna take a pause here. I'm gonna grab a drink because I'm already sweating, and I'm gonna slide this tank back in, finger tighten a couple of bolts, and we'll bring you along. So we'll be right back. Oh, whoa. All right. Okay. All right, guys, we're back. Yeah, I'm back in the hole. So anyway, yeah. The fuel lines, the return line, and the supply line kind of pop out here because this is the door for the sending unit. So what I've done is I've taken what's left of the old lines and kind of just got rid of that and added some, and I'm just going to set those up here for now. And I just got something in my eye. All right, so we're gonna, that way when we put the fuel tank in and bolt her up, we don't have to worry about it. I just have to tighten a couple of clamps down here to hold them in place. And that should be about it. If you want to look to your right, this way, right where this hole is. Hey, there you guys are. So this is where the filler neck comes from the tank and goes into the filler neck that goes out to where you put your gas, right here. So this tube, I have to run an extra bit of line to, so I have to use an adapter. It's just fuel vapor. So I have to attach these two together. These 3 go to ports on the fuel tank, and then we'll have the big rubber connection between the two, and that'll be it. The fuel tank will be completely installed. So I'm going to get started sliding the tank in place after I tighten the clamps down on these lines over here from underneath. And yeah, I'll bring you with me when I slide the tank in. Hopefully it's not as bad as when I took the tank out, because that really sucked. So give me just a minute, I'll get set up and we'll be right back, all right? See you.
So we're back, and let's see what Sean's up to. Oh. Is that the tank, Sean?
Yep, I got the tank underneath here. This is tricky because you got exhaust in the way, you've got the e-brake cable that kind of is in the way, and I'm just gonna try to get under here. Plus bucket. Oh, it's so rusty, everything's going in my eyes. Oh, are you recording?
Yeah.
Well, she never tells me nothing. Oh, that's fun. Shit, bastard. Be sure. You gotta put the back end in first, but then the exhaust is in the way. Alright, so if it's not the muff or the exhaust causing you a problem, it's the rear axle. I'm really close to having it completely in place. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Oh man. I am sorry. Get the hole.
I'll set it up here.
Got my little light here. You can see. Sorry, horrible camera work, so I hired a professional. Psych. The new tank is bolted in place. There's 4 bolts, 1 in each corner, and then there's a 10 millimeter. Those are all 12 millimeter bolts that hold the tank in. And then there is one 10 mil bolt on the other side, on the passenger side. You'll see it. It's for the parking brake cable. Pretty easy. Getting the tank in wasn't that bad once I knew what was going on, and I'm going to try to show you what gave me a hang up when I was trying to put this tank in. So let's get up underneath here. Yeah, should be able to see that. Okay, so right here is the driver's side front bolt for the fuel tank. You see a tab here, kind of sticks out. Tab here, kind of sticks out. So when you're putting the tank in, make sure you put the front side in first, or when you put the rear of the, actually I should start over. You're going to put the back half of the tank up over the axle first, then push the tank up into the car and push it forward over this tab. There's one on each side. There's one on the passenger side too. Slide it over. That'll hold the front of the tank up while you situate your bolts for the back, which I don't know if you can see that bolt. There's one. Yeah, I think you can see that. That's that bolt up. There's another bolt just like it on the other side. But yeah, these tabs, like I was saying, are kind of a pain in the ass. I couldn't figure out why the tank wasn't going back up in the car, and then I noticed that, and after I saw that, it was easy. So what we're going to do now is just hook up all the fuel lines, put the sending unit back in, and that will wrap up fuel tank installation, and we can move on to some other stuff. So yeah, I'm going to get this thing down off jack stands. So I'm just trying to take it slow and easy. If you have any questions about the tank installation or anything else, I'll answer to the best of my ability, but to be honest, I'm not a professional. I should put a disclaimer on here, not a pro, obviously. If you could hear some of the outtakes that are on this memory card right now, you would know. There's some F's and S's and MF and B and yeah, F yo mama and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, so yeah, we'll be right back. We'll be up top. Car will be down on the ground. We'll attach some fuel lines, drop the sending unit back in, and this will be complete. I think you're recording.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, these camera people are getting harder and harder to come by.
It's hard to marry the
yeah, I'm going to open a school, Sean's School of YouTube Cinematography, and Heather is not invited.
Whatever.
Anyway, alright, so the tank is bolted. Sorry, I'm a sweaty mess. It's very hot in here. I have a big fan going, so if you can hear that in the background, I am sorry. Doesn't mean I'm turning it off, though. So, whew. Yeah, so anyway, we got the tank in, bolted up, everything's cool. I'll show you what we've done so far at the filler neck. So, if you just want to hand that to me. Yeah. So there she is. So yeah, clamps that came on the car for the filler neck are not big enough to go around the new filler neck. It must have a fatter, the thickness of the hose must just be a little bigger. So I'll get a couple of clamps. It's no big deal. I'll just loosen them up, open them up, smack them around, tighten them down. Everything else is in place. I just nipped some of the dry rotted shit off the ends of these. Slid them up, use the factory clamps, they're fine. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna just slide everything here, put our gasket on. We'll just slide in the sending unit. Line everything up. And that's basically what she's gonna look like. I just have my supply line here. I got my return line there. I just need to shorten them up. Throw some clamps on them. Screw down that sender. I'm going to leave the topper off of it, just like I'm going to leave the panel, that panel over there covers up all this nonsense. I'm going to leave all of that off so we can make sure there's no leaks or anything else once we get it running. I'm going to take it and drive it for a while, make sure everything's cool. Man, it's hotter than Kate Upton in here. Oh, yeah, hey, sorry.
We're recording.
Oh, sorry about that. Anyway, yeah. So, this is, we're going to wrap this video up here. We've got all of our connections, all of the emissions or evap connections or whatever the right of this shit is. With the exception of the 2 filler neck clamps, which I'm going to buy. I'll be able to smack those on. Everything else is clamped in place real nice. Over here, sending unit, return line, supply line, these have been replaced. Honestly, they go to about here, and then if they become steel lines, and then they go up to the front, or they become rubber again. There's a, that's where the fuel filter is up front. We'll replace all those lines. Sending units installed. So next episode is a big one for me. I'm gonna be, of course, running all those fuel lines, new fuel filter, intake manifold install, Weber carb, running fuel lines, tucking away some wiring. This is a first for me. I'm a complete noob when it comes to Festivas, but I do have some car knowledge from my Rambler and some other garbage that I've had in the past and had to wrench on. So yeah, I think for this episode, I think I'm good. I've been losing weight, and I definitely have done that in this episode. So yeah, that's about it for me. Anything out of you for that, camera person?
No, I think just like, subscribe, thumbs up. That's what this looks like.
Oh, there. Hey, she's learning, man. I'm telling you, I gotta keep her around. So yeah, so what it is like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, mom, you know, dad, whoever. Yeah, give me a subscribe. I have 93 subscribers right now. Not a huge amount, but I've gone up about 40 subscribers in the last 2 weeks. I really want to get to like the 250 mark soon, so if you guys could share. I'm going to do a whole bunch of stuff in the interior of this car too. But at first I just wanted to drive down the street safely so that I can start driving it. And then we can get into the really fun stuff. I love audio, interior work, carpeting, headliners, even though the headliner in this thing is, with a little cleanup, is going to be minty. So I'm not touching that. I'm just going to give her a little clean. Stick around. And like I said before, what should they do?
Like, share, subscribe.
Yes, that's it. Okay. I'll give you a cookie later. And a thumbs up. There you go. See, she knows. All right, everybody. So for Heather.
What? Oh, leave comments?
Yeah, you can leave comments. Anyway, yeah, so for Heather, I'm Sean. That's it. Thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you next time for the hopeful first turn to the key on a Weber carburetor. Thanks for sticking around, guys. See ya.